This is a T34 on the south side of Sand River. The T34 is an American Tier 8 premium tank. The turret armor has a whopping 279 millimeters of armor. Unfortunately, the hull is extremely weak. As luck would have it, there's no enemy arty, which should make for an interesting fight. Right here in front of me, there's a perfectly shaped dune which allows me to protect my hull, and I can simply peek over with that massive turret. This vehicle has great gun down on it, which really lends itself to a hull down fight. An Amex 5100 has shown himself. He'll be the primary target. .5100's backed away or is reloading, so I'll spend a shell on one of the enemy heavies that are up close. Another shell is just smashed into my turret, doing absolutely no damage. Another shell hit the turret and failed to do any damage. An RHM has just shown himself. He is one of the tanks out here that can pin the cheeks of the T34, especially with gold ammo. Good exchange with the rim. He dropped his shot into the dune and I was able to do some damage to him. Another good exchange, able to put damage on one of the heavies. One of the heavies bounced off the turret, and the other heavy shot into the dune. Another turret bounced with no damage. As you can see here, the time to aim is fairly slow for this gun, but the gun does hit fairly hard. Unfortunately, it's not an overly accurate gun. Looks like they're going to try and press and steal some of these lower dunes. So I pivoted my camera back to look back behind me, make sure I had friendly support. I did not want to be overrun at my location. Another good exchange, a bounce and then a pen for the T34. T28 got himself into a bad position. I could fire into essentially the upper side of his hull, which ended him. Ah, the 5100 has returned. He's definitely the primary target. Just checked again to make sure I still had friendly help behind me. I don't want to be flanked over here. Another really good exchange for the 34. Bounced 2 shots and was able to put damage on the 5100. Another really good exchange for the 34. Was able to eliminate the 5100 and bounce 2 shots off my turret in the process. I've got these 2 heavies off my nose here. They're really no threat to me because I have better gun down than they do. The only danger would be is if they bring a third over and are able to basically swarm me, but I still do have help in back. Instead of trying to crest, I should have driven more to my right and just used my turret and gunned down more effectively. The enemy heavy isn't paying attention. He's too high on the dune. Now he's going to pay for it. 12T and a Type 64 have now entered the fight over here, which worries me a lot more than their heavies do.
They're knocked out.
Well, so much for their threat of speed. I'm now leaving the comfortable confines of my hold down position. Well, 9 minutes into the game, I finally took some damage, but have been able to bounce about 3k damage, do about 3k, and probably spotted for about 3k in that location.
We didn't even scratch them.
Well, we have a major tank advantage, but I don't want to get tracked and then shot in the flank there, so I'm going to hold off in the gully here for a minute. An ally has beaten me to the punch in the ARL, so I'll go ahead and fast forward this to the end. I cannot overstate the importance of being hull down in the T34 when possible. The hull is just so weak and the rate of fire is slow, and the turret and tractorverse is very slow as well. Using destroyed tanks as another method to protect your really very weak hull on the T34 can be very effective. You do have to watch out for arty with that method. Good luck on the battlefield, and don't suck.